Kanagawa, where samurai history, seaside escapes, and futuristic skylines collide. One moment, you're gazing at the neon-lit towers of Yokohama. The next, you're standing before the great Buddha of Kamakura, a silent witness to centuries of history. Whether you're soaking in Hakone's legendary hot springs, exploring a samurai fortress in Odawara, or savoring Yokohama's famous ramen, Kanagawa is the perfect blend of past and present. Let's dive into this dynamic prefecture. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more travel adventures. Kanagawa sits on the southeastern edge of Kanto. And no, it's not just Tokyo's seaside neighbor. This is where Japan's past and future collide, from ancient samurai strongholds to glittering cityscapes along the bay. Kanto is a land of history, innovation, and breathtaking coastlines, and Kanagawa carved out its own legacy, welcoming foreign trade to Yokohama, inspiring artists with Hakone's landscapes, and serving up legendary ramen that keeps people coming back for more. But Kanagawa's story hasn't always been smooth sailing. The 1923 Great Kanto earthquake nearly leveled Yokohama, yet the city rebuilt itself into Japan's second-largest metropolis. Kanagawa's name translates to God Sound River or Divine Sound River, conjuring up images of celestial tunes flowing through majestic waters, and it's where God Sound River meets modern hustle, with a splash of volcanic flair and a side of stunning coastal views. As the second most populous in Japan with over 9.2 million residents, Kanagawa is like Tokyo's slightly more chill neighbor who still knows how to throw a party and packs its beaches with surfers instead of skyscrapers. Wedged between Tokyo, Mount Fuji, and two gorgeous bays, Kanagawa is a pint-sized gem. It's got everything: bustling cities like Yokohama, Japan's second-largest city and snack capital, Kawasaki, industrial but still cool, and Sagamihara, the quieter sibling, plus resort towns like Hakone, where you can bathe in hot springs while pretending to be a mountain hermit. Over a fifth of Kanagawa's land is dedicated to natural parks, perfect for when the city gets too loud and you need to zen out with Mount Hakone's volcanic vibes. Kanagawa flexes its geographical muscles with the Tanzawa mountain range, where Mount Hiru, at 1,673 meters, reigns supreme, and lesser peaks like Mount Tanzawa and Mount Himetsugi provide stellar hiking opportunities. Closer to sea level, the Tama River and Sagami River meander through, offering Instagram-worthy spots to pretend you're in a Japanese painting. Kanagawa is the home of Yokohama, Japan's second-largest city, where you can enjoy a harbor view while eating ramen as if it's a Michelin-starred dish. Oh, and Kamakura? It's like Japan's medieval version of Washington, D.C., from back when samurai were the original lobbyists. If that's too intense, Hakone's hot springs are there to soothe your lava-related stress. Surfers and snorkelers flock to Sagami Bay, while those who prefer sipping cocktails on a yacht might prefer Yokohama Bay's sleek waterfront. Kanagawa might be Tokyo's neighbor, but it's got its own swagger. Less skyscrapers, more scenery, and festivals that'll make you want to call it home. When's the best time to visit Kanagawa? Spring bursts with cherry blossoms in Kamakura and Yokohama's Sankian Gardens, turning the prefecture into a pastel dream. Summer means beach days in Enoshima and mountain breezes in Hakone, though hikes might leave you questioning your life choices. Autumn sets the scene with fiery foliage, making Odawara Castle and Hakone's trails feel straight out of a samurai film. Winter brings crisp air and crystal-clear views of Mount Fuji from Lake Ashi, so sharp it's like the mountain got a fresh edge overnight. Today, we delve into the fascinating history of Kanagawa, discover must-visit spots, savor its delectable cuisine, and find out the best times to visit and the perfect souvenirs to bring home. Kanagawa's history stretches way back to the Jomon period, meaning the prefecture was already hip when cavemen were doodling in caves elsewhere. About 3,000 years ago, Mount Hakone decided to throw the ultimate volcanic tantrum, creating Lake Ashi. Fast forward to the 5th century, when the imperial dynasty supposedly ruled this area. But let's be real, they probably just liked the view. Back then, Kanagawa's plains were so sparsely populated that spotting a neighbor was more rare than finding a seat on a Tokyo train during rush hour. During medieval Japan, Kanagawa was split between the provinces of Sagami and Musashi. Kamakura in central Sagami became Japan's capital during the Kamakura period, when samurai roamed the streets and feudal drama was common. The Edo period brought landlords galore. The western part of Sagami province was ruled by the daimyo of Odawara Castle, while the eastern part was under direct Tokugawa shogunate control. So, Odawara got castles, while the other side got, well, micromanagement. Kanagawa's modern history kicked off when Commodore Matthew Perry showed up uninvited in 1853 and 1854. Armed with his infamous black ships and a knack for aggressive diplomacy, Perry coerced Japan into signing the Convention of Kanagawa, Yokohama opening its doors to international trade in 1859, quickly transforming into the largest trading port in Japan, and the birthplace of Kanagawa's global hustle. Of course, Kanagawa couldn't resist a little drama. In 1923, the Great Kanto earthquake hit with the fury of a samurai army. The epicenter was conveniently located under Enoshima Island in Sagami Bay, ensuring maximum chaos. Kamakura saw over 2,000 deaths, while Odawara experienced 90% of its buildings collapsing in the quake's wake. Then came 1945, when US bombing raids turned Yokohama and Kawasaki into piles of smoldering wreckage. Kanagawa's resilience shone, though, as it became the landing spot for General Douglas MacArthur after Japan's surrender. Today, US military bases like Camp Zama, Yokosuka Naval Base, and Atsugi Naval Air Facility remind us that Kanagawa's modern history still comes with a global twist. Kanagawa's history isn't just something you read about, it's something you experience. And what better way to dive in than through its festivals? The Kamakura Festival in April is where samurai legends come to life, while the Odawara Hojo Godai Festival in May is where you can cosplay as a feudal lord without judgment. And who can forget the Yokohama Pikachu outbreak? Yes, an actual army of dancing Pikachus takes over the city like it's a Pokemon episode gone rogue. Hot springs, museums, Mount Fuji views, and just the right amount of culture, Hakone has it all. Stay in a ryokan, soak in the onsen, and feel your stress melt away. The Hakone Open Air Museum turns art into an adventure with sculptures so bold you won't know whether to admire them or climb them. Not enough art for you. Okada Museum of Art is a stunning blend of ancient masterpieces and sleek modern design. Even if art isn't your thing, the architecture alone is worth a spot on your feed. Over at Hakone Shrine, the iconic floating torii on Lake Ashi adds instant serenity and Instagram cred. For epic views, take the Hakone Ropeway, part cable car, part volcanic adventure, with Owakudani's sulfur clouds making it feel like you've stepped on to another planet. Or hop on the Hakone Tozan Railway, a zigzagging mountain ride so twisty it feels like a roller coaster designed by a stunt driver. Before you leave, check out Owakudani Valley, where you'll find a steaming, otherworldly landscape where volcanic fumes fill the air and jet black eggs promise 7 extra years of life, assuming you don't lose a few from the sulfuric stench first. Kamakura is the Kyoto of Kanto, packed with temples, history, and enough rice crackers to fill a suitcase. Its star attraction, the Great Buddha of Kotoku-in, a 13th century bronze giant that's been meditating longer than any of us ever could. Kensho-ji is Japan's oldest Zen monastery, where ancient halls and towering cedar trees radiate such deep tranquility, even the loudest travel buddy might find their inner peace. Hasedera offers stunning views, a wooden cannon statue, and enough hydrangeas to turn your camera roll purple. At Tsurugaoka Hachimangu, you'll climb historic steps, admire endless torii gates, and wonder why samurai needed such intense leg workouts. Step into a Zen dream at Hokoku-ji, where towering bamboo sways in the breeze and every path feels like a living postcard. Sip matcha in the tea house. It's not just a suggestion, it's a ritual. Spending all your yen in Japan, Ugafuku Shrine, Zinniarai Benten Shrine, is a mystical cave shrine where washing your money in sacred spring water is said to double it, if not in reality, at least in optimism. Before leaving, hit Kamachi Street, where matcha everything, street food, and sweet potato soft serve make the crowds totally worth it. Yokohama is Tokyo's cooler, laid-back cousin, the one who throws epic parties and always knows the best food spots. It's where a bustling port city meets futuristic skyscrapers, ramen museums, and waterfront cafes, perfect for people watching. At Minato Mirai 21, skyscrapers scrape the sky, shopping malls empty your wallet, and the massive Ferris wheel lets you scream with a view. Head up to the landmark tower Sky Garden for a cityscape so stunning you'll briefly forget how much you just spent. Feeling creative? The Cup Noodles Museum lets you design your own instant ramen, because nothing says culinary genius like adding hot water. Over in Chinatown, Japan's largest, you'll find lantern-lined streets packed with dumplings, bao, and the eternal challenge: how much dim sum is too much? For thrill seekers, Hakajima Sea Paradise is an aquarium meets amusement park where you can ride roller coasters, wave at penguins, and pretend you're not terrified of deep-sea creatures. If that's not enough, Cosmo World delivers more adrenaline, with its Ferris wheel doubling as a city landmark. For a more relaxed vibe, Osanbashi Pier offers futuristic design and perfect sunset views, while the red brick warehouses blend history with trendy shops, cafes, and that irresistible urge to buy artisanal everything. At Yamashita Park, enjoy a breezy seaside escape where you can stroll along the waterfront, soak in the skyline views, and race against time to finish your ice cream before the sun does. Need more greenery? Sankeien Gardens is a serene oasis where historic tea houses, koi-filled ponds, and seasonal blooms transport you to old Japan, just minutes from Yokohama's urban buzz. Sail across a stunning volcanic lake at Lake Ashinoko, where postcard-perfect views of Mount Fuji might just make you question why you didn't pursue a career in landscape painting. Enoshima is a mystical mix of seaside shrines, hidden caves, and an army of resident cats who clearly run the place. Come for the adventure, stay for the seafood, because let's be real, you're leaving with a full stomach and at least one cat photo. Odawara Castle. Once the mighty stronghold of the Hojo clan, this castle withstood sieges, outlasted samurai wars, and now stands as a beautifully reconstructed tribute to its feudal past. Walk its storied halls, climb the towering keep, and relive the days when Odawara was the last line of defense against Japan's unifiers. Samukawa Shrine is a hidden sanctuary where ancient rituals cleanse your soul. The crowds stay blissfully low, and the peaceful atmosphere feels like a spiritual spa day for the mind. One of Japan's most visited temples, Kawasaki Daishi, is the ultimate spot for warding off bad luck. Whether you're here for spiritual protection or just the irresistible aroma of traditional sweets, this temple delivers blessings and some seriously good snacks. Deep in the mountains, Daiyuzan Saijoji offers spiritual serenity with a side of leg day. Climb its endless stone steps, past towering cedar trees, and embrace the temple's peaceful energy once you catch your breath. Step into a world of nostalgia at Fujiko F. Fujio Museum, where Doraemon's coolest gadgets come to life, childhood dreams resurface, and you finally get to see the future you always wanted as a kid. Sagamiko Illumination is a dazzling winter wonderland where millions of LED lights transform the night into pure magic, so breathtaking your phone's storage won't survive the photo spree. From fresh seafood in Enoshima to Yokohama's Chinatown, offering dumplings that could bring tears to your eyes, Kanagawa's culinary game is strong. Top it off with seasonal treats at its festivals, and you've got a menu that rivals Tokyo's finest. Shirasudon is a bowl of rice piled high with tiny silver-white sardines. Because why settle for one fish when you can have hundreds? Go for boiled shirasu for a light, delicate flavor, or raw shirasu for a chewy, briny kick that reminds you the ocean is in charge. Yokohama Iyaki ramen is thick, chewy noodles swimming in a rich, porky broth so creamy it could be a latte, only way better. Add a splash of soy sauce, a slab of marinated pork, and a heap of chopped spinach, and you've got the ramen equivalent of a warm hug with extra umami. Imagine biting into a fluffy, cloud-like bun. Now imagine that cloud is stuffed with juicy, seasoned pork. That's nikuman, steamy, pillowy, and so satisfying it doesn't need a single topping to be perfect. Kaigun Kare, Yokosuka Navy Curry, is a bold, spiced-up beef curry with a side of naval history. Inspired by the British Royal Navy, this hearty dish fueled Japanese sailors back in the day, and now it's fueling your taste buds with rich, savory goodness. After indulging in Kanagawa's incredible flavors, from steaming bowls of Yokohama ramen to fresh seafood on Enoshima, you'll probably wish you could take the taste of Kanagawa home with you. While packing a bowl of ramen might be tricky, don't worry. This prefecture has plenty of souvenirs that capture its flavors, culture, and charm. Let's dive into the best take-home treasures from Kanagawa. Kurumiko is one of Kamakura's signature treats. Rich caramel packed with crunchy walnuts, wrapped in buttery dough for the perfect balance of sweetness. Decadent, yet not overpowering, its firm texture adds the perfect bite. Try it chilled in summer for a refreshing seasonal twist. Hato Sable is Kamakura's most iconic cookie, a buttery, dove-shaped delight that melts in your mouth with every bite. Crisp, rich, and perfectly golden, it's a nostalgic treat that's been winning hearts and stomachs for over a century. Owakudani Kurotamago-kan is the only place where eating a black egg supposedly adds 7 years to your life. Just don't think too hard about how it got that color or why the sulfur smell makes you question your choices. Kyokan's shumai is Yokohama's ultimate bite-sized indulgence. Juicy, flavorful pork dumplings wrapped in a delicate skin, packed with umami in every bite. A staple since 1928. It's the perfect mix of tradition and taste, best enjoyed with their signature mustard and soy sauce. And there you have it, Kanagawa, a prefecture where samurai history, seaside escapes, and some of Japan's most legendary eats come together in one unforgettable adventure. Whether you're soaking in Hakone's hot springs, devouring Yokohama ramen, or striking a pose with the Great Buddha, Kanagawa is packed with experiences you won't want to leave behind. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more travel adventures. See you in the next adventure.